Hi, welcome to the video. This video is basically eternal. Even if you're watching this in like 10 years, you can still participate. I want to know what the Minecraft community names their items. Like, what are the most common names used for items? So basically how I want to find it out is just comment it below. And if somebody else has already commented the same name, just like it. And then you don't comment. If somebody says like Mjolnir, I name my mace Mjolnir, right? If that's a comment and you agree with that, you can just upvote that comment. That's how I want to get to the truth. Or I don't know, this is my platform to collect data. So that's how I'm going to do it, I guess. Why I'm doing this is I have a texture pack for Minecraft Java Edition. You can rename items in the texture pack and their appearance changes depending on the name. So it is a cool thing to have like really common names, to know what it is. So that if named items are out there in the Minecraft world and people enable my texture pack, they instantly get changed because my pack already covers that name, sort of thing. Just got me wondering, what are the most common names for items in Minecraft? So this is not about existing renames in my pack. If you already know about my resource pack, barely default, that's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking you what's your favorite rename that's already in the pack. Like if you name your item because there's a model attached to it in my pack, that's really cool. But I'm just really wondering, like for people who don't use pack, like in just mainline vanilla Minecraft, you're just playing the game, you find out you can rename an item. Oh, I have a sword, I want this sword to have a name. What do I call it? And I guess, yeah, that's what I'm asking. So whether it's a reference to a series or a show or whatever, maybe it's just a pun, like a common pun that people will use, you know? It would be fun to find out. There is no metric for it. There's no way to know what people name their stuff outside of just collecting the information. I figured the comment section will do fine. So that's my announcement. And in the meantime, I've also done an update to my texture pack. So I will be going over the new renames that have added this update. New names you can give specific items and there's new models attached to it, basically. Yeah, I would say this update is definitely in the spirit of like trying to find common names. Like what are people naming their stuff, right? And obviously I don't know, I haven't done this video yet, but now I have. So comment below and then I'm gonna go into the renames now. Enjoy the video showing you guys what's new in Barely Default this update. I would say there's a lot of stuff this update, so I guess let's start simple right here with some standalone renames, not part of any set. Just some stuff I wanted to include, maybe some names I wanted to include. Let's start at the beginning. This is the Dragon's Tooth. The design is based on Valkyrie's sword, which is called Dragon Fang in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I thought that was close enough, but the name I really wanted to include was literally Dragon's Tooth, as spelled like that, because in the poster where anvils were first announced in the pretty scary update 1.4, there was an example name, like, oh, you can now name your items. What are you gonna name it? For example, you can call it Dragon's Tooth. And it was literally spelled like this. And I've always wanted that, like, as a reference in my pack. I thought it was really cool. Like, I always called my sword that because I'm like super autistic. So I was like, oh my god, a canon name? You know what I mean? The OG canon name. And I bet nobody even knows about the Dragon's Tooth thing, like that was a poster, but that was a whole thing to me, and that was a name I wanted to include. And you know, I don't know, like really dumb, but I decided that Valkyrie's sword was a good fit for it. You know, cool character, and you know, I love Marvel. A super OG canon name, I guess. Then we have Lift Fork, which is a trident rename. Also something that I just named my trident. I named it Lift Fork because that's a pun I thought of. Basically, exclusively if I enchanted it with Riptide. So I'll do it here. You can see why. I mean, you get it, correct? Because the trident is a fork and it lifts you in the air, so it's a lift fork. And then lift fork is kind of funny because it sounds like forklift. So I don't really know. It's not really part of a set, like unless you're doing like a forklift run, which I don't think people are doing these days. I don't think that's in fashion right now. Forklift runs of Minecraft. But yeah, the lift fork, just a name, an example of a name I wanted to include. You know, if someone thinks of the pun and they're using my pack, they'll be surprised to see that their trident matches the name, I would think. So that's a model I've added this update. Next up, the Real Knife. Maybe some people name their item this, I don't know, but it's also a reference to something canon to Minecraft, which is Undertale. Obviously Sans is like loosely in Smash, right? He's a me skin character, but I'll take it as a canon link to Minecraft. Real Knife is a knife in Undertale. Now I haven't played Undertale, when I haven't played a franchise or universe or whatever, but I'm still doing stuff for it. I try to dive into the universe a little bit at least. So looking into the Real Sword, it doesn't even have a look in the game, really. But there's a Steam sticker, or like an emblem, whatever it is, achievement maybe. Maybe it's a trading card, who cares? And it has the Real Knife, a really cool design of the Real Knife. And if you're like a big Undertale nerd, you can now have this sword. And I'm not sure if this look is gonna be like super hard canon to Undertale fans, but either way, it is the canon look for the Real Knife, I'm pretty sure. Some stuff I added that's basically Ninjago references, except they're mostly red and I kind of made them blue because that fit my status quo here. It's also kind of canon because in Lego Minecraft, there's always like these random skins, right? I actually have a few of them. You can see Minecraft Lego always gives their characters, like some of them are just Steve, like this one is just Steve. Oh, it's a bit of a custom skin. Look, it's Steve. I don't even know if you can see it, but it is Steve, but he has like a band on his face. Or this character, which is not an existing character, just a little bear. a guy in a little bear suit. That's not a skin anywhere. I would know because I'm a big Minecraft canon nerd. This is not a canon skin anywhere. They just made it up. This is Pharaoh, Vemi. Nobody cares, but okay. So yeah, LEGO does custom skins, and one of the custom skins that they do is Kai from LEGO Ninjago. And like I said, I gotta be real, they have pretty cool designs for weapons. So this is the ninja sword. I made it blue so it matches Ivor's set, right? Because that's the ninja set in my pack. Ninja armor. That's Ivor's armor from Minecraft Story Mode. So it's gonna look real nice when paired with Ivor's ninja armor. That's kind of how it's designed to be. And also it's just a genuinely really cool sword. I mean, if you're a Ninjago fan, you might want this in red. Maybe I'll do it in red as well. I'll have to think of a name. But for now, the ninja sword is blue. And then we have the ninja hammer, which is Cole's hammer, Ninjago hammer, and it's just a mace rename. So if you're rocking the Ivor set, you have a matching mace now, and maybe you like Ninjago, and you don't mind that the little details are blue instead of red. Or you have Nia. How do you say that? It's also a character in Ninjago, and she has a staff or a spear, and it kind of looks like a trident. So I made it a trident because why not? Now you have a ninja trident. So if you're a Ninjago fan, you might really appreciate this. Maybe not. You could just name your sword Ninja Sword. You don't even have to be a Ninjago fan for that. It just looks fire. Cool sword. Alright, we'll move on to a big set, kind of a big deal. First off, the Orphan Obliterator, which is a crazy name, but that's the canon name. Obviously, this is Technoblade references, right? I feel like everyone would know that, whether you watched him or not. And I did not. I mean, I don't really watch Minecraft YouTubers at all. I only got into Technoblade. Well, I mean, I do research into the universe that I add, right? So I've been researching basically the Technoblade community, and it's been a ride, right? Because Technoblade's dad as well is like really active on Reddit, and I've been like following him on Reddit now. Like I know I'm just like a spectator to this, right? Because I didn't watch him, so the OG fans of him who are grieving him, like to me, it's not the same. To me, it's just kind of like I said, I'm just spectating, which feels a bit weird, but it is really genuinely really heartwarming to see that community and how, I don't know, they support each other, I guess. And then it's about such a sad thing, but then also they have these inside memes like blood for the blood god, which is such a brutal, crazy thing to meme about someone who passes away. But that was their canon memes, right? That was Technoblade's canon meme, as well as the Orphan Obliterator. That's what he called the sword. So it's a rename in the pack now, an ode to Technoblade and that community basically, right? Because they might rename their sword this way. I've also included a few alternate names for some of these weapons. So you could also rename a netherite sword to Technoblade, and it looks the same. I wish I did this sooner. I'm glad to supply this, you know, for all the Technoblade fans. We'll move on to the Axe of Peace. That's what he named his axe, and then he was not very peaceful with it at all. So it's a pretty simple axe rename. I mean, it's just a recolor, and then obviously it has the iconic crown on it. Pretty sure you can also call it Techno Axe. That's the one. Yeah, so you can also call it Techno Axe. Whatever floats your boat. And then his pickaxe, which he used to bash people's teeth in. You call it Toothpick, and it turns to this, or you can also call it Technopick. See, that works. But he also called it Technodrill sometimes, so I included that as well, Technodrill. And I decided I'll just give it a different design, because I have drills for all the pickaxes anyways. Like, you can rename any pickaxe to drill, and it'll turn into a drill. So I have that model ready to go. That's just a feature of my pack, right? And I thought instead of having it be an alternate name for the pickaxe, I'll just add the Technodrill. Why not? And then I designed this drill with a lot of elements from Technoblade's skin. I think you guys watching will be able to tell the elements, right, that I tried to implement. And yeah, that's it. The Technodrill is another pickaxe variant. You can drill in your rope with this if that's what you prefer. And then for the other stuff like hose and a shovel, I didn't know anything. I could also, obviously, I could just do Techno Shovel. But I figured since I'm doing this video, I'll ask the community, if anyone's watching, if there's any names that I missed that I should be including, right, for the hoe or the shovel or even armor, for example. Just give me any suggestions in the comments below, since that's like exactly the theme of this video as well, right? Name suggestions for items, with the intent of covering a lot of people's playstyles and communities and having everyone be able to express themselves. And I've also done a lot of that here in the wall of Final Fantasy references, basically. I already had these two swords, the Breaker Sword and the Mechanical Breaker Sword. I also had this one, the Masamune. I had it in the pack before. It's just a massive, ridiculous katana that's basically never useful for anyone except if you're like specifically a Sephiroth fan, or if you think this is just ridiculously funny, because like it is, I don't know how else to say it. It is just ridiculous. It's so huge. But yeah, so I had those few before, and then I decided to expand the roster because Final Fantasy actually has a lot of weapons that also exist in real life, either history or mythology, like Excalibur, just one example, but also Joyeuse. That was a French sword. That's a real sword. It did not look like this, but Final Fantasy is canon, so including those designs is really fun. They also have fun designs, obviously. Like, I had a lot of fun doing all these weapons. But yeah, Joyeuse, that's a sword that's in a museum right now. That's a real sword. Like, someone could just name their sword Joyeuse, not even knowing about Final Fantasy. And then with my pack, it gets a cool custom look. So again, very much the theme of this update. But we'll just start from the top with the newly added stuff. First off, Excalibur, probably the most iconic name. I think this might be the number one. I don't know. I don't have all the data, but I would imagine this is like one of the #1 names that people call their swords in Minecraft, right? No? That's like multicultural, like everyone knows that name. Maybe I'm projecting, guessing because I'm like European, but I imagine everyone knows about Excalibur. It's like so widely used. I bet there are already a lot of people naming their swords Excalibur. So now it has a custom look, which is the Final Fantasy design. At first I hated it. I thought it was really wacky, but it really grew on me. I think it's really cool now. I think it's like, it really looks like a legendary blade. Maybe not so much like necessarily just a simple medieval Excalibur, which is probably what Excalibur would look like, but I just like this design from Final Fantasy so much. So this is what I'm going with for Excalibur. And then you also have Excalibur, which also exists in the game. And I didn't really understand whether this was like a real legendary weapon or if it's just like a joke legendary weapon. But for me, it was simple to add, right? It's just a recolor and then, you know, it's just an extra name to add. Excalibur, just have that one as well. Yeah, Joyeuse already briefly looked at it. A really interesting sword, actually. I didn't have a design like that at all. I have the small rapier, which is a reference to Adventure Time, which is a rapier kind of like that. It has like a 3D handle, but Joyeuse like takes it to the next level. It's a really extravagant sword, pretty regal, and if it's something you wanna swing, then you definitely can. I think it's a cool name too. And I haven't played Final Fantasy, right? I don't know if that's like clear yet, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But as far as sword designs go, I think it has a lot of cool weapons, and like I said, the real world connection is really valuable to my pack. So moving on to Hard Edge, a pretty simple sword. Kind of feels like the downgraded version of the Breaker sword. I don't know if that's true. That's kind of the vibe I get. Like this is kind of the one you don't want, and then when it upgrades, it becomes this one. Is that true at all? Maybe not. Also looks like something that could have been in Legend of Zelda. But whatever, it's a new sword in the pack. Probably nobody's favorite, but it's something you can pick now. Hard Edge, as well as the Mithril Saber. Keep in mind, in Final Fantasy, these swords have a lot of different designs throughout the game. So if I didn't pick the design from your favorite game, tough luck. Right? I blame the developers for having infinite sword designs across their installments, alright? I'm just picking the designs that I like the most, and this is the one for the Mithril Saber. It's pretty simple, but if you're doing like a purple run, you could rock this sword, you know? Pretty nice. Then we have the Zantetsuken, which is Odin's sword, I think. I didn't even really know he had a sword, but it's apparently a real sword. It's a real sword in Norse, Japanese mythology. Does that even make sense? That's what I read. So it's Japanese Norse mythology. I'm sure that makes sense. I mean, you have English Norse mythology, right? So I guess whatever, fine. It's a sword. It's Odin's sword, the Zantetsuken. It's also in Final Fantasy, and it looks like a cool lapis sword. I think it's cool. I think it's unique. You know, I like it. I'm glad it's in the pack now. Just like I'm glad to have Durandal, another Final Fantasy sword. It's pretty big, so if you're like a crusader or something and you want to rock a big sword, this could be something you're into. All right, gun gear, people will know this, is Odin's staff. Looks very different than how I know it from the MCU, but this is what it looks like in one of the Final Fantasy games, and I think it's pretty nice. You know, it's a huge staff. This is like a really useful rename for people to have, either aesthetically or just because they want the name, right? For their netherite sword. This is a netherite sword. All of the ones I've shown off are netherite sword. I do have a few different things in here, like a trident, coincidentally, since we're on the topic, by the same name. So I can do that. Why not? So different designs, same name, Gungear. Like I said, in Final Fantasy, a lot of weapons appear with different designs. So I can include a trident Gungear and also a sword. I guess we'll show off that one as well. The trident Gungear is honestly one of my favorites. I think it's really cool. So you just toss it, or you put Riptide on it, or you just use it as a weapon. And basically because I thought one of the designs in Final Fantasy, well, it had 3 points. So it looked more like a trident. So that's the logic there. It's not that deep. It's a nice excuse to add 2 cool designs. Some people might have named their sword Gungear or their trident, but that honestly makes sense too, right? Because it is kind of like a staff, like a spear, a trident. It makes sense. Anyways, Gungear for tridents and swords. Next to Muramasa, probably a very common rename. This is a common sword used in a lot of media. Just a legendary, but kind of evil sword, I think, and it's a pretty simple, just red katana. It'll match the red Rascal set if you're using barely default. So that's a nice alternative sword if you want to rock that set. And I have another katana as well, the Murakumo, and I think katanas are honestly pretty hard to do. I don't know if these are really good. Let me know what you think. The Murakumo as well might be a name people use. It's a real world mythology katana as well. And it's green. It looks kind of orcish. And the thing with katanas is that, you know, it's kind of hard. They're kind of just thin swords. They're kind of hard to differentiate. You know, you're gonna have to do different things with them. So I'm just trying to have the katanas look different, trying different designs for them, almost different shapes, because I just think it's good to have more katanas to pick from. So the Muramasa and the Murakumo, new netherite sword renames in the pack. Next up is Boamung, which is also a sword name from Norse mythology. I decided to give it the palette of obsidian for no reason other than I just think obsidian is a cool material. When I was a kid, which it makes no sense, but I always imagined that obsidian was like the next tier over diamond. I mean, it makes sense because, you know, you get diamond and then you can mine obsidian, and before that you can't. So it is technically the next tier after diamond, but obsidian is technically infinite, yo. It just takes a while to mine. So that doesn't really make sense as a free upgrade for diamond. But I thought that made sense when I was a kid. So yeah, Boamung, I gave it an obsidian blade and a lapis gem, and that's it for that rename. Tyrfing, a cursed blade. It looks pretty nice, honestly, right? It doesn't look that cursed, but that's what I modeled it after. I don't know if I did this one super accurately. It looks pretty nice. It looks like a kind of like an elvish dagger maybe, but I don't know if it looks super accurate to Final Fantasy. But either way, Tyrfing is probably a common name people might use, so it's a new name in the pack as well. Like Kalotbolg, I mean, that's not a name I would use, but apparently that's the name of this thing in Final Fantasy. It's named that sometimes, I guess. Final Fantasy is confusing, but CYKLOPPS is like a real mythology name as well, so it's a useful name to include. An alternate name for this look is Ultima Weapon, which confuses me, because CYKLOPPS seems like a relatively grounded weapon, and then why does it look like this? Did I accidentally make it look too epic? Did I confuse myself? Either way, I think it's a pretty cool look. I gave it the palette of Eyes of Ender, so I think this could match a lot of people's playstyle, right? So this is what CYKLOPPS looks like, alright. Next rename, one for Mace is Mjolnir. Look at that, it's good old Mjolnir. Does not look at all like how I recognize him from Marvel, which is where I get my Mjolnir. Like if I hear that name, that's what I think of, but okay, that's fine. In Final Fantasy, this is one of the looks for it. One of the looks that I thought kind of represented what it could have looked like in Norse mythology. In Norse mythology, it's usually a pendant. Mjolnir, isn't it? It's not really an actual hammer, is it? I don't actually know. I tried to research it, but either way, Final Fantasy has a look for it that I thought was cool. So this is Mjolnir in the pack if you have a mace named Mjolnir. That might just happen. It's a common name for mace, I imagine. It'll change the dish. Next one for swords again is Ascalon. Pretty simple sword. I mean, simple. It's awesome. I love this sword. It's a really cool design for a sword. It's pretty big. I don't think you actually get to wield it in Final Fantasy, but it is referencing a real-world mythology sword. Isn't it one of King Arthur's swords or one of his knights anyways? And in Final Fantasy, it's a really cool design, so I'm glad to add this, you know. It's pretty generic, a generic paladin sword, but in a good way, right? This could match a lot of people's desired playstyle, like if you want to run around with a big evil sword and bash undead. This is almost what I would imagine is the default for that. So a good name to have in the pack, a good look to have in the pack. Happy to host Ascalon. Next up then is Longinus, which is the name of the soldier who stabbed Jesus in his ribcage, or in his side, something like that. And then Final Fantasy named the spear after him, which I don't know, I kind of like that. I gotta say, that's pretty metal. I appreciate that. That's pretty cool. I'm not saying that's like a cool thing to stab Jesus in the side, but to have a spear named after that is I don't know. I think that's swag. That's just nasty, and I guess I'm here for it. So, yeah, Longinus, a name for netherite swords in the pack. And honestly, some people might already name their sword that. Why not? This is just a look for it in Final Fantasy, and I think it's like semi-clever, because it's like a root with thorns on it. So it's like kind of a clever design, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, the last one already. The gay bolg, as opposed to the straight bolg, I suppose. A big bad axe. It's a netherite axe rename. It's colored like the mace, so that's something. I mean, it's not really the same style as the mace. I mean, you could already match it with Durandal, right? It's not a bad match. Not that you would like hold two of these, but I'm just saying it's the same palette at least. Either way, it'll be good if I add more mace colored renames, right? Because a lot of mace renames that I do by default have the mace palette, like even Mjolnir. So this sword technically matches Mjolnir now, right? If I need a gray palette for maces, I'll just stick with the mace palette. That's kind of how I do it always. So by definition, if I do any sword that has the mace palette, it's gonna match a lot of maces. It's just a cool thing in my pack that I can do. And I guess I did it for gay bulk, which is a crazy vibe. Not the biggest axe in my pack, I don't think. Oh, look at that bad boy. It is, no, that's definitely bigger than gay bulk, but it's up there. Gay bulk is really big, a really big old axe. And yeah, that's it for the renames. And since this is a bunch of swords and you know, Technoblade related items, I thought it would be almost kind of disrespectful to not try to do some PvP. So I have some PvP clips at the end of this, but I'm not that good at PvP. But I tried to get some blood for the blood god, but I'm not maybe a great warrior in that way. But here are the clips anyways.
Thanks, Mickey Joe.
Yeah, I almost kept him out though with that attack. Don't laugh at me, I'm at my attack. There's a guy here.
Go.
Red guy taking our kills, getting died. I mean killed.
Getting died.
Yeah, okay, shut up.
Another red guy.
Two guys coming. This is a purple guy. There's a purple guy here. He's swinging around, just like me.
Ah, no.
Oh, you got a hold of me now. Get wrecked, by. Get wrecked by. Oh no! Get wrecked! Get wrecked! Oh, I got wrecked. I'm gonna make a big bridge.
Nice.
Murder bridge.
Okay.
Dare I say blood bridge. Oh, flag capture. Who lost? Who won?
Who lost?
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Who won?
Who lost is also a valid question. Bozo's already. Bozo's incoming! Bozo's incoming!
Okay.
Bozo is close.
Too.
I got a Bozo. Okay, Bozo down.
Go away.
Success, Bozo down.
Oh, no.
What? Don't laugh at that. Oh my god, arrows. Infinite arrows.
I need arrows.
Hi. Bozos. One Bozo's going for the flag. Bozo going for the flag. We got a Bozo going for the flag.
Oh no.
I killed the Bozo. Spawn camping Bozos right now.
Shooting him right now.
Ooh, more Bozos.
I need my sword.
Blue Bozos. Don't laugh at me. It's a secret technique that I did.
Okay.
I distracted them all.
Bye bye.
It's a perfect distraction that they needed to be distracted by.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.
Bye bye.
We're doing the thingy. Doing a really smart thingy.
Joe has taken the flag.
Wait, me? Oh no way, it was me. No way, it was me. No way, it was me. Oh, they're on my ass now. They are on my ass because I have the flag. They want my flag.
Why are they on your ass?
I'm gonna bring the flag really close. I'm gonna bring the flag really close. I might bring it home. I brought it home.
You did it.
I did it. Oh my god, the game-winning capture as well. GG. Oh, why are there all these chocolate rabbits in my face? Did you see that too?
Yeah, what was
chocolate
that?
rabbits.
Oh, a red guy.
Oh, they're really angry. That's why they're red. Doesn't mean they're good. Just means they're upset. They can't hit me, and that makes them really mad. I got the secret shot on you guys. Secret shot. Secret shot. Oh no, they found out. They found out about the secret shot.
Oh no, they found out.
No, they found out. Oh, shit. Oh man.
Joe was shot.
Yeah.
Dad.
They discovered the secret shot. It was no good. Man, it would be so cool if somebody in chat right now said, "Hey, nice secret shot." But no, but that's like not a thing. Fort bro fought me.
What?
I got big fought by the Fort bro.
Whoa.
Fort whoa.
Could make him red.
Oh man, these guys got no game on me. Get wrecked so big. I'm distracting them big time. You can really just get in there and get the flag right now. There's other red guys in my way. This is kind of an idiot though. Luckily it's an idiot. I mean, he stopped me completely in my tracks though, this idiot. Oh, turn it around on you, bud. Turn it around on you soon over first card. Oh yeah, I got wrecked. That's how we do it. 5 by 1. No, okay, I died. Red, we are so onto you right now. Look, I made a whole ass bridge here.
Nice.
Yeah, we are so onto red right now. Doing, ding, doing, ding, doing, ding, ding, doing. I hit noobs and they're gone. I didn't mean to capture the flag. I just walked in here and it got captured. There's a big old wall in my way and I can't get through. They've got me good. I should have found another way out. Damn, I died. Wait, I'm not doing it now. Oh shit, there's a guy here. Trying to show my girlfriend how to build, bitch. Should have interrupted my build. Oh, I died. Trying to chase you. No, I didn't even. No, now I did. I'm gonna kill this guy. This guy thinks he could beat me, but he clearly couldn't. He didn't have the skills to do it. Neither does this guy. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh no, you are attacking me. That's not nice. Come here, but oh, he's gonna die. He's dead. A bunch of red guys on a big tower. No, I'm gonna fall right into my flower. I meant arrow. Flower rhymed. I meant arrow. Oh, mad skills.
Oh, another one.
Well, let him come in. We're hiding in here.
Are they both killed?
They're all dead.
All the sounds. Okay, I died. Oh, no.
Flag taken. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Say he's not getting away with this. Nope, he's not. Bye. You gotta love it. I'm distracting them all, dude. I'm the biggest distraction they got right now. They're all on me. It's hilarious. Oh, I fell.
Nice.
Mannetje in mijn hoofd. Ga weg, joh, mannetje. Gek mannetje. Nee, je weet nog steeds. Ga weg, joh, gek mannetje. Laat me wat rutje, gek mannetje. Laat me wat rutje, gek mannetje. Oh, we lost.
Oh no, why are we losing?
Are we losing? Because I'm shit at this game, babe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.